Okay, this is take 2 of my How to Be Magical video. And we're going to actually start by me doing an actual magical spell on you. A disclaimer that I would want to hear is, for one, for reasons that will become very apparent as the video goes on, if you do not want this spell to work, it will not work. This is both as a safety to you, as a way to kind of say, hey, yeah, it's going. Why? Whatever. It's going to be fine. As it is kind of a. If you want this to work and you want to believe, it would be of best interest of you to play along. Again, you do not have to. You could watch this video, watch this section, and I know what it is without engaging it, and go back and engage with it. Or you can, if you really want to, just skip the section. It's gonna just kind of take a. What does it say? Oh, yeah. It is gonna take a couple. It's gonna kind of. It's gonna take a couple minutes, I think. So skip past that. You know what? I'm going to be. You're just gonna keep skipping, and then I'm gonna say it's done, and that's when gonna know it's done. So, with all that said, what I want you to do, dear viewer, as you stare at this wonderful thing that is definitely a castle tower and definitely not a penis, is to put your hand on whatever flat surface is in front of you. Whether that be a table, whether that be a bed, whether anything, I just want you to put your hand on that surface in front of you. And put your other hand on either by your left side or your left leg. It does have to be touching your person, your left hand. So wherever's comfortable with you for that. And your right hand down on the table. Or, I'm saying left hand, right hand because I'm a righty. You do whatever is your dominant hand. And then what I want you to do is I want you to focus on a spot on your hand. Really focus and fixate on the spot in your hand and just breathe normally. I'm not putting you in a trance. I'm not saying you're getting sleepy. I'm not relaxing you. I'm just focus on that normally, as well as just focusing on the sound of my voice, any ambient sounds in your room, even the video, the tower here, there's these slimes bouncing around. Just focus on all of that, and as you're focusing through the screen, what's going to happen is a force is going to stick on your hand. It is not going to hurt. It will feel heavy. It may feel like pins and needles, but just allowing a very heavy force to stick on your hand, and allowing this heavy force that sticks on your hand to lock and stick and stick and lock and lock and stick until it is completely and utterly stuck. Now, ask yourself, what part of you is more stuck? Your fingers or your palm? And yeah, here the force should already be applied, so I want you to just try to move your hand, see what happens. And yeah. So, I'm going to just continue talking with your hand still being stuck because I am kind of evil like that. But yeah, that was if it did affect you, which I don't know if it did. This is the first This is a magical spell. This is a spell that I've put on you that has real, tangible effects that is, by all definitions, magic. And if this did not work, and you would want it to work, I would advise you to go back in the video and try it again. Or even, finish this video and try it again. And really allow it to work. Because, first off, I'm going to unstick your hand right now. It should be unstuck if it was stuck for you. But I'm really dancing around kind of the answer to how do you believe in magic? You just want to believe in magic. I know that sounds very, very dumb and trite and stuff like that, but you need to make the active choice to believe. But that's kind of the hard part, right? Knowing you want to believe is easy. Actually, legitimately believing, on the other hand, that is a different story. Especially when there is no actual proof to support your belief. And, that's okay. You're not wrong for not believing something without proof. In fact, you should. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, as the saying goes. You should want, need, demand proof for this kind of thing, honestly. But, assuming you want to believe something of which there is no proof, how do you do this? It is pretty simple. And that is roleplay. Play a game. Be the character that would believe in this. Make a magic sona. You want to live in a world where magic is real? Be someone who lives in a world where magic is real. Treat this life like a LARP, like a game, like you're, playing Skyrim or something. I'm not sure if you can hear the Minecraft music, but it's very nice, so I'm just going to leave it playing for me. Yeah. I'm going to start calling this now. Actually, no, I'm going to do these details. Yeah, and kinda, the faster you realize that you can just do whatever you want forever, and you can just decide, okay, I'm going to be this person that's magical, the better. But then I think the question comes back, right? The question comes back, okay, how am I going to believe that I'm, let's say, a dragon or a magical hero when the evidence doesn't show that? But the thing is, these kind of beliefs, you don't need evidence. That's the thing. You don't need evidence. Well, you just need truth, and truth and evidence aren't the same thing. Truth is emotional. It comes from, I'm sure you're not seeing it because you're just seeing Minecraft right now, but truth comes from in here, in your heart. And if the emotional truth is, I am a dragon, or I am a cyborg, or I am a pirate, that is what you believe before the evidence. And I feel at times like this when I'm saying, ignore evidence, ignore evidence. Scientific truths, and I'm going to call them magical truths. I feel like I coin terms every 5 seconds, but I'm going to call this magical truths, are two different things. And I think I'm going to use the hand-sticking one that I just did on you as an example. The scientific truth here, and I'm just going to explain while I turn down the Minecraft music because it's getting really loud. The scientific truth here is that there was no force that was put on your hand. Even if there was a magical force that I actually put on your hand through the screen, it can't be empirically measured. It can't be studied, and if it is, it's gonna be impossible to find. And, like, I'm gonna tell you the truth from the person who did that. Nothing like that was going on. I did not intend that to happen in the slightest. And in terms of answering the question, where did that come from? That came from you. You stuck your own hand to the table, my guy. All I did was kind of activate your imagination in a way that you could allow yourself to do it. And that is the real key. I'm gonna say humans, but yeah, I'm gonna say we humans are hardwired for storytelling to the point where, like, storytelling is everything we freaking do. And I'm gonna give you an example of this because it sounds kind of hard to believe. I'm gonna, like, go to this village and do stuff because I don't want to be building this anymore, and I'm gonna be giving you an example of this. An example of this storytelling we do is like let's say you you know what? Let's say you do a really good job drawing something. You are this you draw this thing really, really well. What ends up happening is this makes a story in you that says, I'm a good artist. That is the story. And even if you ask how you got to drawing, you're probably gonna tell me a story about how you practice so much and about how your family inspired to draw, or something like that. This is a story. Yes, it may be based on the truths of reality around you, but it is ultimately a story. And back to the subject of the video. See if I can make this 2 blocks up. Okay. See if I can make it. Yeah, back to kind of the point of the video, how you believe in a truth without evidence. Is you look inside yourself. What would you want to be true? What did your inner child, who thought anything was possible, want to be true? Did you always want to be a magical girl? Did you always want to be whatever? Like, did you always want to be a shonen protagonist throwing kamehamehas everywhere? You can just do that still. You don't have to grow out of that because you are an adult or whatever. You can just keep pretending. The difference now is that the pretending could be real. I'm seeing the sunset and I have such an overdramatic idea. I just have to turn on shaders. Hold on. Video settings, shader pack, shaders enabled, apply. It's gonna take a second. Hopefully this doesn't crash with my OBS. Please don't crash. There we go. How much better does this look? Oh wow, no, this is gonna be the thumbnail of this video, and it's gonna look way better than it actually is. So, what all what I'm kind of trying to say here is you can do whatever you want forever. And when people say that, they normally have a limit that's blocked by their own reality filter or their own weirdness filter. That's blocked by their own evidence, but evidential truths and emotional truths are two completely separate things. If it is emotionally true to you that you are a dragon, then you are a dragon. If it is beneficial to that story, then it's beneficial to that story. Wait, I just realized something. The entire dramatic sunrise that I was doing was completely blocked by the rain. Let's see, time set. Noon? I wish those time set sunrise so badly. Time set midnight. I wish the shader pack had stars. That would be cool. Anyhow, what I'm really trying to dance around is just, I don't know. You can just do magic. You can just decide that whenever you go and daydream, it's actually traveling to the after realm, or whenever you go on a walk, it is surveying the realms or going on a magical adventure. And you can just LARP with your life. And then, because you're LARPing with your life, you could be in a world where your LARP is true as easy as you could be in a world where your hand sticks to the table. And I think that's a good place to end this. I'm Wonderlight. No idea if I'm going to make any more videos. See you later, alligator. If there was anything coherent out of that, it's a miracle.